Hi everybody, this is day 18 and the topic is the 8 goal categories that Gary describes in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Hey everybody, I'm Kathy Nizer with the Nizer Real Estate Group here at Keller Williams Realty City View, and today is day 18 of the 66-day challenge KW Models Thoughts and Questions. So thanks for joining us. Today we're discussing the 8 goal categories that Gary describes in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. He says that once he learned to do goals in categories, it really freed up his life. And as he studied agents, he really researched what they tracked, and then he came up with this. So he said you should have goal numbers, and you should also then track your actual numbers. So you have your goals, and then you have your actual numbers. So the first category, and this starts basically on page 108, the first category of goals is leads generated. So he said this is the most important one. So every time the phone rings, every time you get an email, that's a lead. You need to track it. Not only that it came in, was it a buyer or seller lead, but where it came from. Did they get your mailing? Did they get an email from you? Did their friend tell you about them? So those are the leads to track. Right now, it's easy to keep track of them and to track them because of Kelly. You can just be out on the road and enter a lead into Kelly, and mark it as a lead, and then start following up, and then it goes straight into command. In the past, we had Post-it notes everywhere, and we'd write them on envelopes in our car and be driving down, but then we never really tracked them. So really learning to track your leads is very key to getting very systematic with your business. Once you're tracking your leads, then you can use those numbers to help really show what your conversion ratio is. How many leads does it take you to actually get a buyer, to actually write a buyer contract, to actually close a buyer? And how many seller leads does it take you to write a contract, to get a listing, to write a contract and to close a contract on a listing? So tracking your numbers gives you a real command over your business, so to speak. So the first one is leads. The second most important category to track is seller listings. So we've talked before about listings and basing your business on listings and really tracking that. Yes, listings bring buyers, but listings are the most leveraged piece of business of the two, of sellers and buyers, because they don't take as much energy or time to get them sold, and listings bring other business. So you need to track your listings, and that's also where they came from, and that. So the third goal category is contracts written. Now from here on, he starts to divvy those up into to more categories. So with contracts written, he said there are 3 numbers you need to track with those. You need to track units, how many there are, how many actual houses you wrote contracts on. The second is volume, how much was the sales price on them. And the third one is gross commission income. So what commission are you making on those? So on contracts written, that's not offers written, that's contracts written. That means your buyer made an offer and the seller accepted, or on your listing, you got an offer from a buyer and your seller accepted. So that's a contract written. That means executed contracts. How many, what's the sales price, and what was the commission? The next category is contracts closed. So again, that one closed. It closed at the title company. It's funded. You got paid. Now contracts closed. Again, the same 3 numbers. How many, number of units, what the volume was, and what the gross commission income is. I talked to so many people and I asked them, how many houses did you sell last year? And they don't know. They don't know. I have spreadsheets about it. Now we track it in command. So command is going to make all of this so much easier to track, but you have to put it in there and work with it. So the next category that Gary says to talk about that you should set goals for is money. So how much gross income closed, so how much money did you make, gross commission income again, as GCI, and how much, what your budget is, how much you spent, okay, how much you spend. Then what's your net income, what's the profit to the business, and what's your agent compensation, what did you actually get to pay. So on get paid on money, there are actually 4 different things you track on money. So I'm curious, do you track your money? Are you tracking what you're spending? Do you have some way to track your income? Again, Command will do it for you if you're putting it in the system correctly. And are you tracking how much profit your business is making? Command won't do that necessarily for you. You have to have some other way through QuickBooks or some kind of thing where you're actually looking at what you spent and what you earned and how much the business profited, and then how much of that profit you get as agent pay. Maybe not all of it. I mean, they say that you should have 6 months of business expenses to hold you through tough times like this. So you may not get paid all the money that's extra. Maybe you'll leave some in the business to create some reserves. Track your money. The 6th category that Gary says to track is people. Who do you have? Who do you need on your team? And where are you going to find them? That's a big one. The next one, how will you train them? And then how will you hold them accountable and help them grow once they're through their initial training? So Keller Williams has an amazing class called Career Visioning, and it's got several different ones: Career Visioning, Success Through Others. So Career Visioning is actually the how you find somebody, how you determine what you need, how you find them, and then Success Through Others is more about how you train them and how you hold them accountable and help them grow through time. The next category that you should set goals for, according to Millionaire Real Estate Agent, is systems and tools. What systems do you need? What tools do you need? What systems do you need to improve on? So in past years, I have used so many systems. I've had to use a system for leads and a system for this and a system for that. Now, except for maybe a system where I'm getting phone numbers from some other place, all my systems are in one thing in Command. I used to track my closed volume. I used to track my under contracts. Those were other systems I used, usually on Google spreadsheets. But now with Command, it's there. So maybe the goal is, what aspects of Command do you more need to utilize and learn? So that would be the goal category. And the 8th goal category is education. What skills do you need, or do you need to learn or get better on? And then what about people who work with you, your team? What skills do they need, and what skills do they need to work on and learn? So those are the education goal categories. So Gary says again, goal categories really brings focus into your business, and he says in a very magical way. It gives you a certain command over your business when you know where your business is coming from, how much business is actually coming in, how much you're making next month, how much you made last year this time. There's a certain amount of command you get because you are being a very responsible business owner. You know your business. So goal categories bring focus, and Gary suggests too that you can have goal categories for your life as well. So I hope this helps. This was again day 18, and I'll see you tomorrow. Just FYI, we are doing these videos on Monday through Friday, so Saturday and Sunday don't count in the days. All right? Talk with you later. Have a great day.